welcome to join me. Check on us on our respective platforms for consultation on Canal International. And we begin from the northern part of the country, where 4 years after the polar bridge collapse on National Route number 1, the temporary bypass is equally crumbling. And of course, this with less than 10% of the repairs work that have been done. Communities are thinking that the next collapse will actually cut off trade and travel entirely, connecting the two communities. Details with Ndi Mori.
For the past 48 hours, the intersections of Trois Baham and Vava in Bepanda have been paralyzed after a vehicle collided with an electricity pole, causing it to collapse. As a result, motorists and pedestrians are being forced to take alternative routes. We cannot cross because of the pole you are seeing on the floor. It is difficult for us to reach the other side of the road. You have to take a long detour. That is why you saw my client getting off the bike. All vehicles traveling in this direction are being forced to turn back. Even accessing the market has become a daunting task for local residents. Right now, I am supposed to go to the market, but I cannot. It is impossible because we cannot use any transport means here. The fallen pole is still electrified, making it difficult. Deprived of electricity since the incident, residents and business owners are now turning to the company responsible for distributing energy in Cameroon for a solution. In the meantime, well-meaning individuals have set up makeshift warning signs to alert others to the danger. We hope the enterprise in charge of distributing energy can act soon, because this is a road that cannot be blocked for long. Bepanda's recurring infrastructure issues, notably the 2019 Bepanda Yong incident, highlight the need for proactive maintenance and timely intervention to prevent disruption and ensure public safety.
Sorry for that, Miss. That was Bouquet Melenge reporting there on the fallen electricity pole in Bepanda that has actually disrupted circulation in that part of the town. And 4 years after the Pala Bridge collapse on the National Route number 1, the temporary bypass is equally crumbling. With just 10% of the work completed, communities are thinking that the next collapse could cut off trade and circulation. More in the report.
The Pala Bridge, a critical infrastructure on National Roads number 1, connecting Marua and Jamina in the Far North region, is on the brink of disaster. 4 years after its collapse due to heavy rainfall in August 2020, the temporary passage that replaced it is now in peril. The makeshift structure, weakened by erosion, is at risk of failing at the moment, posing a significant threat to travelers and disrupting vital transportation links. The reconstruction of the Pala Bridge was launched in 2021 by the Minister of Public Works with an initial projected timeline of 24 months. However, 4 years into the project, less than 10% of the work has been completed. The alarming rates of the progress raises serious concerns about the management and execution of the project.
Ça fait déjà 3 à 4 fois qu'on a des tuyaux là qui arrivent avec un fort courant. Donc il y a eu ce radier là qui est en train de vouloir céder.
The situation on the ground is dire. The company contracted to carry out the reconstruction work appears to have abandoned the site, leaving behind only one broken machine as evidence of their presence. The lack of activity and apparent disinterest in completing the project have exacerbated the already precarious state of the temporary passage. The collapse of the Pala Bridge and the subsequent failure to rebuild it in a timely manner have severe consequences for the local population and travelers. The region relies heavily on this transportation artillery for economic activity, and the continued instability of the temporary passage puts lives at risk. Inhabitants say urgent action is needed to address this critical infrastructure challenge and ensure the safety of those who use the route.
Morindi reporting there, and Catholics worldwide will on August 15 commemorate or honor the Feast of Assumption, which is the belief that Mary, the mother of Jesus Christ, was taken to heaven body and soul. In Yaoundé, believers are already reflecting on her role in their faith and in their lives. Hyacinth Chia went downtown Yaoundé to find out the role of Mary in their lives.
As to the Assumption Day, the Catholic women are intensifying their connection with Mary, the mother of Jesus, also known as the virtuous woman, a doctrine they grew up with and strongly remain attached.
The place of Mary in my life is such a very important one. I grew up knowing Mary as the mother of God. She has played a very major part in my life in the sense that I use her as an intercessor. Whenever I want anything special, I go and talk to her.
The Virgin Mary considered not as God, but as an example worth emulating by Christians.
Prayers, even though we are talking about Mary, calling her name, but I am going through the life of Jesus, who is the son of Mary and who is our God.
We do not adore her, but she is for us such a model.
Aside the cleaning of the churches, getting ready for the Mass this Friday, spiritual preparation is paramount.
Everybody can come for confession. The priests are there. Those who receive the First Communion, those who will be consecrated in the. We have the Association of Mary, and the parents will bring their children for baptism. So we have also that spiritual preparation.
And at the Mary Mediatrice Parish Etudi in Yaoundé, the statues of the Holy Mary are ready in all sizes as the Catholic women celebrate her ascension into heaven, body and soul.
Thanks very much, Hyacinth. And 62 schools in Cameroon's littoral region have been ordered to shut down the doors for the 2025-2026 academic year for operating illegally. Now parents are left with scrambling for an alternatives for their children, as most of them had already secured places in those illegal schools. It should be recalled that the Ministry of Secondary Education has so far identified 171 schools that are operating illegally in the country. Details with Morindi.
Among the affected schools in Douala are Long-Reach Standards International Bilingual College in Yupwe, which reportedly lacks a valid establishment decree, and Lele La Colombe Bilingual College in Bois de Senche, accused of functioning without an official opening authorization.
The issue of clandestine schools, this time around, the secondary section has still been indicated as one of those schools that are functioning clandestinely. But this is an error. I want to assure the parents, the education community, Douala, and even Cameroon as a whole that we have actually put everything in place. All the documents and all the requirements that are necessary to make the school to function fully has been done. Sometimes we believe that there is an error somewhere, and that is why even the authorities concerned are aware of this.
Nearby, Divine Star Bilingual College is also under scrutiny for allegedly operating without the necessary Christian documents.
I'm surprised about that information because I believe all the papers concerning that has been done, and the government themselves are surprised, but they have promised us that they are going to regulate and find out what actually went wrong.
In all, the Minister of Secondary Education has ordered the closure of 171 clandestine secondary schools nationwide, with 67 located in the littoral region. These institutions were found operating without proper authorization, lacking essential permits, and in some cases situated in unsuitable environments.
It's very bad.
Where should we enroll our children when legal schools are all far away from us in town and those around us are declared clandestine? It's bad.
So I'm calling on all the parents, all the students, those who are coming newly, those who are there, that there is no problem. Lovefish is there and is going to function.
Parents in these areas express growing concern as the 2025-2026 academic year approaches, scheduled to commence on September 2. While some school administrators contest the closures, presenting documentation to assert their legitimacy, the ministry maintains that compliance with legal requirements is non-negotiable to ensure student safety and educational quality.
Ms. Moringi will be keeping tabs on those illegal institutions. And how do people feed in some of the urban areas during break hours? Maybe sometimes they break fast. We are going to move to the streets to see how these street foods are actually affecting the health of people with our staff lady, Bukebelege.
For 30 years now, Mama Yvonne has successfully run her small eatery in Douala's Brazzaville neighborhood. I have been here for more than 30 years. Everybody here knows me. I have never had a problem with my clients because of dirt. She is very clean. I cannot eat in a dirty kitchen. She makes the difference and her cooking is excellent. However, not all food establishments in the area share her commitment to quality. In some places, super sanitary conditions are a concern. My worst experience in a street food restaurant is when I found a cockroach in my food while eating. Despite this, customers continue to flock to these eateries, drawn by their affordability. What I like about street restaurants is that with 400 to 500, I eat well. Many patrons overlook the shortcomings, focusing instead on what matters most to them. Sometimes, the woman cooks so well that you finally get used to it. My problem is to fill my stomach. I don't mind the rest. Interestingly, while unsanitary conditions are a worry, financial considerations seem to take precedence.
Bukebelege reporting there, drawing the curtains for this edition of the 650 with me, Kejang Henry Atimbe. Thank you very much for being there with us. Lee Page will be coming up shortly with the debrief, the actuality. From all of us, which are the Catholic Christians, happy Assumption. Good day.